Welcome to the basement, motherfuckers. Yeah, I cut my hair. It was unfortunate but necessary sacrifice. The upside is that my hair was pretty dry, and this actually gives me a second chance to grow it out again and take better care of it. As you can tell by the fact that we are in the basement, you should be able to tell that I am no longer in California. I moved to Illinois, and for the foreseeable future, this is where I'm gonna be. Other than the fact that it can get pretty cold down here, this is actually a really cool space for making videos and music and stuff. In fact, let me show you around. Okay, let's see how well we can do this. So this is where I was just filming. The water boiler is right there. This is a nice little spot. There's a lot of echo I just noticed, but there's a lot of space in case I want to do like shenanigans, like recording videos or I don't know, like some kind of photo shoot where I can make the space look a little bit more grungy in post, maybe. This is the entrance to the basement. This is what I'm using as my desk for now. This was like built into the basement. It's kind of cramped and kind of sucks. And this little, the top of the desk doesn't actually, it's not actually attached to the rest of the thing. But it's got big drawers. It's got a lot of drawers, so it's got a lot of space. All my cables are a mess right now, and the chair isn't ideal, and the height of the desk is really weird. But I mean, I got everything set up. I should be getting my desk here in like 2 months, and I'll be putting it over here. And this is gonna work a lot better once I get that in here. I have a lot more space, and I'll be able to use my speakers better. Here's just a little dead space that I could use for I don't know. If I put some acoustic treatment, maybe like a vocal booth even. Here's another little dead space that I'm using as a closet. I got my the printer that doesn't fucking work right now. Some of the stuff that I'm not using, my guitars. I don't have all my guitars with me right now. I'm gonna have to go back and get that. Hanging some stuff off of these screws right here. Now this is where a lot of potential can be, but this is a crawl space, and it's fucking huge. And right now there's some junk that my parents are not using, but like what I was thinking, I mean, just look at how huge this is. I mean, the roof is a little short. I'm a little sick right now. But I mean, it's like the size of the whole house above it almost. Some of the lights don't seem to work, but I feel like we should be able to figure that out pretty easily. What's cool is that I don't know why, but whoever was here before me has this little hole right here on this door. So what I can do is run cables. I'm gonna put my desk here. Run cables through this hole, like like XLR cables and power cables and stuff, and have a band in here while I'm recording them, and be isolated from them while I'm mixing them over here at my desk. So a lot of potential here. The noise, it's not as bad. It doesn't go to the top floor that much. The neighbors are pretty far away, so they wouldn't be able to hear much. So yeah, pretty cool space. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to, I did not move here to focus on my music or YouTube career. I moved here with my stepdad and my mom, looking for a job in Illinois where the unemployment rate is 4% versus the 20% back in the Imperial Valley would be a good way for me to save enough money until I'm able to go back to school and finish my bachelor's degree in accounting. Yeah, it's boring, and I would much rather be doing this than studying or working, but nobody's gonna support me while I'm making peanuts off of whatever this is. I have to make work and school my priority, and whatever time and money that I have left from that, then invest that in this afterwards. As much as I want to say, expect more videos and expect more music, I can't really say that. What I can say is that I have a lot of ideas for ways to make income off of this, and I have a lot of stuff in the works that I plan on releasing in the future. I'm working on getting a website up, an official Kane website, where I want to make it the central hub of everything that I do. And I want to make it as self sufficient as possible, meaning that it doesn't need to send you to external sites for it to be able to do what it needs to do. So you'd be able to buy music on there without having to go to Bandcamp, and you can buy merch on there without having to go to another site and stuff like that. So I will have stuff on other platforms, but that's going to be, or I'm going to try to make that the main place for all my stuff. I'm going to have information about myself, the things that I do. You're recording with me, like in the studio setting. I'll have merch, anything that I write, like prose, because even though I haven't done it in a while, I am a writer. I can sell, I think I already said merch, but like prints, also like art prints, because I'm an artist too. So I'm going to be on Instagram, DeviantArt. I'm going to make a Kane Facebook page, and maybe I'll use Twitter. Like I used it a little bit and then I never use it again. Other than Facebook, I don't understand other social media platforms. So as much as I hate to do this, going forward, I'm going to have to start censoring my videos. My channel isn't monetized right now because of the requirement that YouTube has. I think it was 4,000 subscribers and like 10,000 minutes of watch time, which my channel has not reached yet. But once I do get to that level, I want as many of my videos as possible to be monetized, and that includes the ones that I made before I hit that mark. I also need to be really careful about the way that I use music and clips in my videos, and it's going to be really hard because since I do reviews and I show little bits of that, you never know when the YouTube bots are going to track that down and claim your video and either demonetize it or just completely take it down. My Heavy Saurus review, which is a video that I've had up on my channel for maybe like a year or maybe more, like maybe 2 years, just recently got taken down because I played a Pantera song for like 5 seconds. And the stupid thing about YouTube copyright claims is that whenever you dispute it, it's not sent to an impartial third party who knows about fair use laws. It's sent to the people who put the claim on your video in the first place. So if you dispute it, guess what they're going to decide the second time around? The same fucking thing. So anytime that I'm using music or clips that are copyrighted, I'm going to have to edit it heavily in some way so that YouTube doesn't recognize it and flag it. And what I'm going to have to do is upload it to YouTube and just leave it on private for a few days and see if any claims come in before I can actually release it. If it does get claimed, then what I'm going to have to do is re-edit the video, try to find the part that might have offended YouTube, edit it some more, upload it again, and then wait a couple of days and see if that gets claimed. And I'll just have to keep on repeating that process until it works finally, or I just get sick and tired of re-editing the same video over and over and just put it up and accept it's going to be demonetized. I know that it's not ideal and it's going to affect the quality of my videos and it's going to affect the viewing experience of the viewers, but there is a good thing coming out of this. I'm going to make a Patreon, and with starting with the first tier, you're going to have access to the uncensored, uncut versions of my videos earlier than what you would see on YouTube. So the first thing that I'm going to do is edit the videos the way that I usually do, and then just immediately upload it to Patreon, and it'll be there. After I upload the video to Patreon, I'm going to then go through the video again, censor everything, manipulate any clips that I'm using, upload it to YouTube, wait a couple of days, see if it gets any claims, and then finally make it public if it goes through. Meanwhile, the video would have been on Patreon already for, a couple of days or more, depending on how long it takes for me to figure out what is causing the demonetization on YouTube. So if you join the Patreon, you'll be able to laugh at all the plebs for seeing all the videos late and censored, and you've already have seen them, and in all its potty mouth glory. And with the higher tiers, you'll start to gain access to coupon codes for any music that I will release or any merch that I will release, as well as exclusive content. I already have the tiers mostly figured out. Once the Patreon goes up, it might be at the same time that I put up this video, maybe not. I'll let you know in the description, and maybe I'll put links in there. But mostly have it figured out, but if you guys have any suggestions on what you want to see or what the pricing should be, let me know and I'll make changes that I think are appropriate. Keep in mind that the Patreon is a form of basically donating to support me in doing what I do, and it's optional. And the rewards are a thank you uh, for supporting me. But I'm going to be making content regardless of how much I'm getting on Patreon. So keeping that in mind, right now I'm not going to be able to make a whole lot of content, but every bit that is contributed is going to go a long way for me to be able to do this full time, and which will mean that I'm going to be able to make a lot more. With more that comes in. If you don't want to support that way, because I don't know, you feel like maybe in the beginning at least you're not getting a whole lot, even though it's supposed to be a donation, you're not getting a whole lot for what you're paying. That's understandable if I'm not making a whole lot of videos or a whole lot of music, but you can always buy the merch when that comes out, and that way you're getting something for your money, and that helps too. This is probably going to be the last video where I just talk in front of the camera and give updates on what's going on and what I'm doing, just because I've always felt like these videos were like always really dry. I tried vlogs. I call them vlogs. In the beginning, at least, they're really, really dry, really boring. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a blog on the website, and anytime I feel like I need to make an update like this, I'm just going to make an article about it, and it's going to be a lot more thought out, since I'm going to be writing it and not just kind of winging it. Right now I kind of have a script, but I'm still kind of doing whatever. But it's going to be more well thought out, and I'm probably going to have more of a point to my articles, since I'm kind of anal with writing, and I want it to be more, if I'm writing something, it kind of has to have more of a meaning instead of just pointless rambling like I'm doing right now. So that's kind of the gist of what's going on. Stay tuned for the stuff that's gonna go up soon. The website, the Facebook, the DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter. I'm gonna be working on music, but and videos. Got some ideas. But I gotta focus on looking into jobs, so I'm probably just gonna do this in the weekends and look for work during the weekdays, and that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. And right now I'm just kind of rambling off script, but that's pretty much it. See you guys next time.